Hello and welcome. My name is Fake Fairy Tale and welcome to the 10th video in this Let's Build a Cave and Dungeon series. Today I would like to focus on the little storeroom that we have over here. In between videos I fixed up a few of the lanterns, though I did actively choose not to change everything up to make sure that you have a bit of variety. So we have a few of the lanterns over here. We keep some of the braziers on this side. We have some torches on the right side. And I think it looks good quite the way it is. So I wanted to fix up this little hidden treasure slash storeroom. And for that, let's start with a pallet. We can drop all the way underneath. We're just going to add in a few things in here, potentially a chest and some gold pieces, anything that could indicate that this is a room that contains some treasure, but also some crates and some regular storage items that are not that interesting, but I fill up the room and make it all feel a bit more alive. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. 2 and 3. We'll place the crate over here. There we go. And we take another crate box. And maybe another chest that we can place down underneath or on top of. Would actually be nice. We'll place this one on layer 400 and then just position that over here. No, I don't like that. These that much. We'll be adding in some coins ourselves. Sack. See something that we can pile up on the edge here. And we'll take a few different ones for some color variation. Maybe an empty one. Good. And we need, I thought I had a few sacks with some ore in there that could serve as rubies or anything like that. Just jewels in general. Those are separate gems in the mining department. Let's do no, that's just coal. Nothing over here. So more. Alright guys, I'll quickly fast forward it a little bit to see if we can find these materials. Be right back. Alright, and I'm back. Unfortunately, I was unable to find any of the like, so we're just gonna skip that and continue with gold and golden items. And if we can add in a pile of these inside the chest over here, and we'll employ some of the tricks that we used before, where we're gonna use some wooden planks around the edges to give the impression that this is underneath and inside the crate. We can use these to add in some pieces on the edges. Just click a lot, make sure that it's nicely filled up, and then we can use some of these, anything made of gold or silver. Up gems. I'll just place a few of those in here. Don't like the polished ones. We want them to be like that. We'll place that up front. Perfect. And if we use the shadow pathing tool, and first planks before I forget. That's what we're looking for. going to have to fix the floor over there as well. The walls, I mean. One. That to be up front. I want that to be on top. And we go back to the planks and we might have to scooch them over a little bit. We need, take that, the wall to the fronts. To the fronts. Now we can use our shadow path tools. We'll place those on layer 700s. And we want it to be the half one, not the full. And we can even make it smaller than that one. And a bit darker. And we'll trail along the edges over here. That should already help. And I think because right now they're underneath the shadows, and that's not going to work. This is alright actually, quite. Awesome. And I'll take the double tool, make a few areas even darker, especially along the edges. And in between these piles. And we'll make a really small shadow edge along the planks that we just made. Let's see if I can actually find it here. All right, we have some treasure over there. Let's see, what are other things that we can put in here? The two chests will remain closed, so just some gold colored objects would suffice, like an urn. And we'll do the same thing with something silver. We don't want the same one. We'll take a different. I can place them underneath the cabinet actually. That could be fun. That one has to go on 3. And maybe an orb of sorts that we can put on a holder over here. Place it a bit to the edge, and we need a orb. Take the red one. There we go. And now we just need some components, maybe, or little gems, anything that could serve as some sort of treasure. Let's see what I can find. I'll put it in fast forward and clutter it up a little bit. So be right back. All right, and we have the clutter. I think this is all right. We have a little bit of everything. We have some weapons, we have some chests, we have some gold. So I think this serves the purpose well enough. Of course, it looks quite a bit bland right now. I did already place some, without the shadows, I already placed some crates below to give the impression of depth, but I think things will get a lot better when we apply some shadows here as well. Make sure that the lights are casting shadows and making the entire room quite a bit darker, actually, presumably. I think that's why I want to leave the room for now. I don't want to put any food in there because that wouldn't make sense at all, so I think this is fine. I'm not entirely sure because this one is really bright, the golden urn. We might take it out and replace it for something else at some point, but that's something for the future, and well, we'll see how that pans out. I think I want to add in this hallway is quite empty. So we could go for a rug and see if we can lighten things up a little bit with a rug like this. Make it somewhat translucent and grayish. I'd actually already be too translucent. Okay, place that on top. I think that could work. Maybe we have to turn it down in color a little bit. Go for something a bit more grayish. That's the other one. Make sure that we change up the color as well. Yeah, we'll leave that in there for now. Well, we do have to put some stains on there, of course. Otherwise, these are way too neat to be in here. There's some blood. Maybe we can like place a hint that there's a door somewhere over there in the map. By these scratch marks come from there. Shadows, we can maybe put in a corner table at some point on that side, but I'm not sure. An empty hallway can be fine as well, of course. It doesn't have to be jammed. It'll ram-packed with everything that we can find. I'll add in some kind of cup. Would suggest some kind of... Yeah, I think the gold is the type of enemies we're gonna be going for. And you might probably notice I'm just sort of rolling with the punches. I always just do a bit whatever I feel like, because this is actually kind of a clutter step. Even though there are still some rooms that need to be fixed up, I usually just wait with shading until we have that step done. With the other steps done, I mean. Sorry. Then we continue onwards to shading. Let's see. Room still feels a bit empty. So let's add another barrel. And we'll place this one like slightly underneath that one. Place them on the pallet, I guess. That could be... We'll be adding in a lot of more stains in here as well. Some blood and dirt, like people have been captured here for quite a while. We didn't bother cleaning anything up. Have some tools over there. See what we can find. Has to be like a big saw. Yeah, that works. That would terrify the crap out of me if I'm in jail here. Maybe we can put it like down over here on the ground. The drill here as well. Cool. I think that's quite alright actually for now. Again, I'll leave it a bit spacious. That's good. So if this is like the guard room, what we're gonna make this? Yeah, I think we can add in some chairs and maybe a bookcase and have it be sort of a recreational room, you might say, for some of the people who are in this dungeon. And like the way I see this dungeon is that probably there's an upstairs area that is inaccessible, because if that's the case, then you know why wouldn't they fix this? But they can use this as a secret entrance. to lead in here. And they want to keep that open so that they can flee. Or the top side doesn't have an access to the outside. This will be an option. It's a few varieties of chairs. Now we want a bookcase. Let me see if we can find it here. Cupboards. Yeah, that's how they call it. Place a rug down. And place it at a slight angle. And we can do actually another cupboard on the side. But there's only one square space. Move around. That might get a little cozy. You still want to be able to move to the other rooms, of course. Like I mentioned in other videos, there's like the free flow of a room. Fix that. We can place this on these two. So that these grids, these four, are difficult terrain. Cross through if you'd like, or whatever rule set you're applying, of course. And then that space can be... Oh, let's place a barrel there. I will have a card game going, so see if we can... Yeah, of course we can. I think this is where I want to call it quits for this video. We did make some nice progress cluttering up the additional spaces. I am considering more or less to finish up this dungeon in between videos and just record that and make that a time lapse, because, well, I'm not discussing many new things, though I can imagine it also could be fun to just have some commentary of mine. So let me know what you think. Would you like to see it as a time lapse, or do you like the videos how they are right now? And while we just walk through the videos through the dungeon step by step and cluttering things up. And please hit the like, favorite, or subscribe button to help to get my video out there. It's all greatly appreciated. I actually noticed that we hit the 400 subscriber mark a few days ago. I think it was yesterday. I'm really happy with that. So thanks for you guys who recently joined up and the ones that have been sticking around. I think it's really cool that I'm actually getting a little bit of an audience. So that's very nice. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video.